Now y'all I feels or you got a question.
I don't have a question. It's been so good. Like I'm a accountant and strategist by trade, and
Yeah.
people don't always understand that sometimes a strategy is to be led. Like you need a strategy, but sometimes being led is. So that was like confirmation after you said. Wow. So thank you.
Anybody else a comment but a father? I got one. Go ahead. Like coming from the deep south, how do you balance that? Like they're not gonna play with me because of how southern, and still like be that, have to be that boss, but also take time for yourself and
Yeah.
try to balance those two worlds because you gotta work so hard being from we are, so black woman, that's had a lady with that.
Yeah. This all existence I know. Some people look at coming from the South as if we did not have all the things. We had everything we needed.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
We had everything that we needed. And because I'm from Mississippi and I had everything that I needed, when I walk in a room, understanding that room does not transform me. I transform the room. And that I'm there to be a transformer. And I think that's what coming from the deep South, coming from a strong family, going to Tougaloo College, all these things position me to be ready for whatever moment that may come to me in life. It doesn't mean that I have not had really hard moments in leadership. It is hard to be a woman leading a company. Entrepreneurs, people would try you. Come on, sit. Guys, and it takes so much resolve to not react. It takes a great deal of resolve to not react. So I have not had my moments. I am not without moments where people have. I know when I'm being tried. I know.
Don't hold that word at the tip of your mouth. They do a real good job at that. Sail back.
But yeah, your job.
You don't, friend. You did not do it. That's the balance of the village, right? Because if I need them to say some other words, I think the reason why I decided to be grounded in moments when I should emote is because I must continue to own my power. I can't give it away. And I'm always clear when someone is trying to get me to give my power away. And I just can't. To harness this power and to hold it, I know that a lot of it was gifted to me from my ancestors. And so there's a responsibility in how we hold. But there's also a responsibility I think there's a time for all things. There's a time for all things. And there are moments when I've had to speak up. I was very involved in the campaign, and I don't want this to turn into a political conversation, but I was very, very involved in the campaign. I went across the country in battleground states, and I was very vocal about why this election was so important. But I had a choice. I could choose to sit back and say nothing and mind my business, literally and figuratively. But I felt that it was upon me to mind the business of the people. And so maybe I'll lose a contract, maybe not. Maybe I'll stop getting invited to some events, maybe not. But I knew that I had to stand for something because it felt real to me that we were really in a moment. We were in a moment that you have to be willing to stand for something. And so I was willing to stand.
I think when you tipped into something that I think we don't really recognize is that we all arrive at the moment where we're called into action at a different time. And I use this analogy when I talk to people all the time. Everybody wakes up in the morning, but we don't all wake up at the same time, right? That's a good for my early 30s. I'm an early riser. Some people like to sleep till 9. Some people can have a business or a job that allows them to sleep till 11 or causes them to sleep till 9, whichever that is. But the grace to navigate that, right, with each other. What I have appreciated in our relationship is we don't always agree.
We don't.
But there's a grace that is in the relationship.
It is.
We know when we're not agreeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd be texting him like this. All that too.
I can fully tell where I'm getting this in.
But how have you, because, we have to work with each other and in working with each other, we do get frustrated each other. But that frustration, I think sometimes is from a false expectation, right? An expectation that you got to wake up at the same time that I wake up, that you got to speak up at the same time that I speak up, that you have to do the same thing that I'm doing, right? Everybody's routine is not the same. So how have you, navigated that piece of it? Because I think that we do it well, right? And it works in this relationship well, but I think it's because there are two people in alignment or an agreement there, right? When there isn't that agreement, how do you mesh that or navigate that through grace?
Yes, I think what I always keep present is that the fact that this conversation is happening, it means we want something to be done. We're trying to do something here, and we may not agree on how to do the thing we're doing. But I say what I keep present in mind is that I'm only frustrated with you because a moment is frustrating us. We're not responsible for the frustration, but this moment is frustrating both of us, and we're trying to solve something that we did not create. I keep that at the forefront, and I try to give people a lot of grace, y'all. I'm not perfect by a long shot, but I do try to give people grace so we can get to a place of understanding. I just want progress. I want progress. And so I always let progress win more than my pride or needing to be right. And I think that would get us a lot in conversations where we may disagree. And even when you and I disagree about things, we never disagreed about progress.
No. And I think that is, somebody asked me about unity, because that's something that a lot of folks try to strive for us to be united. I'm just trying to get us to move forward. It's like, and we just have to step in the right direction. And that to me was progress, right? And navigating what progress looks like, in this season. What does progress look like to you?
Yeah, I think, if we can get to a mindset that we know we need each other, that's progress. If we and understand not just need from a place of survival, because I think we rest there often, but being in a place of thriving. We need each other. If we can turn that switch on and everybody turn it on, I know we all wake up at different times, but if everybody turn the alarm clock on the same day, and there's a level of collective consciousness that we need each other, I think things will shift. And progress to me looks like every individual person knowing that you're not just here to exist. That Gary has a gift and a calling. I have a gift and a calling, and I can go down this room and say that to every single person, because sometimes I think we look external and we're trying to find the people, but you're the person. That will shift so much, because then we stop searching and seeking. And it's like, I wrote this thing and I talked about that we often trying to chase the light. You just to be the light. Rather than recognizing you are the light. You are the light. That is a shift in consciousness. What I want to do, if I could just shake us with love, strong nudge. I want us to understand the power and the light that we possess, and that we're here to do and serve something much higher than us. And that if we do this thing called life well, the next generation will be sitting under the shade for the trees we planted, because we're sitting right now, even if it's hard, under somebody's shade tree.
That's right.
That they never got to experience. And they did it for us.
Somebody had a question.
Yeah, I actually have a couple questions, but they're quick though.
That means I'll get a quick answer. Okay.
So how long did it take you to write this book, and like what was the first step?
Yes, it took me from writing, drafting, editing. It took me about 2.5 years to get it all done. And you said, what's the first step?
Yep.
The first step was writing my proposal. So that came first. I had to like get out the thesis, start to think through, what do I want? What is that cohesive through line? The one thing that I said is I want the book to be a tool. So I needed to make sure I had questions at the end of each chapter that you can actually do something with. And then honestly, this is less tangible, but I spent a lot of time just saying, God, just help me hear you. Help me hear you so I can write what needs to be written. Yeah. Is that helpful?
That's good. Oh yeah. I love the book cover, like the design of it.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, I like it. I like wondering, like, what was the inspiration of it, and how many iterations of covers did you go through?
They are real bad. Yeah. I was like, well, y'all Google, look at this. But I had a vision that I love dual tone colors. So this is one of my favorite colors. So I chose this color for the book. Went back and forth. I knew that I wanted to do a symbol. Now, if y'all grew up in the 90s, there was like church hands like this. First iteration had that, but not them. Not this. I'm very yeah. Like on an old church band. Yeah. Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
That was draft one. I was like, wrong vision. But I did know that. So when you all look at the cover, it's people holding hands in a circle, and a circle gets wider, I wanted that symbolism to understand that the circle can always include one more person. The circle can keep including one more person. And then the color of gold for me is to represent light. That no one self-made is not in gold. Village is. Flourish is. Building is. That's what I want people to take. So I was very intentional on the colors. I was intentional that no one is self-made is shouting at you. Because I want you to see that, and I want you to get curious about what is this lady talking about.